All right, guys, so we're getting ready for Murph 2020, and prepping for Murph this year is a little bit different because there's a lot of people who are stuck at home. And so what we're doing is we're taking just this 2 weeks here, we're trying to maximize what we can do to get ready for Murph. It's really tough to build like a ton of fitness if you're not already in the midst of training in full swing. But what we want to do is kind of get you ready as much as possible for those of you guys who are going to use Murph as kind of like a coming out party, so to speak, where you're out of the house finally and you're heading to the gym, or maybe you're going to be doing this at home and you're not really sure how to prep for it. Well, this is our second workout. Our first workout has already been posted, so you can go back and check that workout out. This one's going to be centered more on squatting and pulling so that you guys are ready to go. So first thing is, when you're pulling and if you've been squatting a lot, making sure that you're all the way warm in the squatters and the pullers is going to be really important. So shoulders we're going to focus on, and a little bit in the lower body as well, but primarily upper body. So we're going to do 3 rounds of 25 jumping jacks and 10 scap push-ups. And so my wife Stephanie has volunteered to do this workout, and it's better than watching me work out. So the first round of jumping jacks are going to be bottom half jumping jacks. So she's only going to be focusing on those bottom range of motion. She's going to do 25 of those. And you guys can follow along. So if you're doing this workout, just follow along with her. So she's going to go through the entire workout in the whole thing. There you go. So she was just doing the 25 jacks there and doing the bottom half range of motion. Now she's doing 10 scap push-ups. And what she's doing is allowing your shoulders to kind of sink down and then press back up and really get the scaps activated. She's not bending at the elbow. From there. This will be a spicy little warm-up for the shoulder. When you're at home, a lot of times you don't get quite the warm-up that you'd be getting if you went to the gym or went to see your trainer or whatnot. Came to see me. And now 25, she's gonna go top half, right? These are a little bit more troublesome. You're always under tension. Okay. And she probably feels those in a different way than she felt the other ones. She might like them more or less, depending on her shoulders, and strength, and whatnot. $25. If your shoulders are burning, that's okay, right? You kind of want that. That's weakness. That's the nonsense leaving your body. Yep. Now 10 scap push-ups again. Once you spin to the side just a little bit, there you go. That's fine. Yep. So you can see it here, dropping down and pushing up. Nitpicks, and so she's on video, she doesn't have to go down quite that far, as long as she comes way up high and she goes maybe just like that. Perfect. That's actually, if you guys have seen that movement before, it's a rehab movement. And then now she's going to do 25 full range of motion jumping jacks and 10 scap push-ups. A random thank you was because I'm doing such a good job as her coach. She spontaneously erupts into gratitude in the form of a thank you. It happens a lot, actually. The jumping jacks serve 2 purposes, right? To get you warmed up, okay? Get your heart rate up, but they also get your shoulders going. Or if you've been thinking all shoulders, then they get
side cramps.
Side cramp going. And here we go, her last 10. And if you struggle with these scap push-ups and you also struggle with maybe shoulder pain, something you could think about is maybe increasing your scap training and your shoulder kind of prehab or rehab type exercises. Okay? So there's your warm-up for this second prep workout for Murph 2020. All right, guys, so the actual workout for your second preparatory piece for Murph is a 3-minute AMRAP of max pull-ups. Now, depending on where you're at in your fitness, you may have issues with pull-ups. You may not be able to do strict pull-ups because you're not strong enough. You may not be able to do butterfly pull-ups because you don't have the technique. Maybe this is new to you, and it's just one of those things. So what you can do instead is you can actually do like an inverted row, which is what my wife will be doing today. You can do a ring row. If you guys are at home, like in an apartment complex, you're like, I don't have a rig, I don't have a pull-up bar. There's a few different things you can do. So most people have a kitchen table, right? You can move your chairs away, and your kitchen tabletop is here. You would actually slide your body underneath, okay? So envision this being your tabletop here. You move your chairs out of the way, and you slide yourself down. You grab the edge of your table, and you just flatten your body, kind of plank, and then you just pull, okay? Now, that is an option for you guys. I like that option. I think that a table is typically sturdy enough for you to do that, but only you can really say, that's chicken. Only you can really tell if that's gonna be something that's viable for you. The other thing you can do is, this one I would say is a less optimal, but you can take a broomstick and you can literally just do pulling movements this way, okay? And pulling this way, pulling down. The thing you have to do is you almost have to envision what the muscles you're actually going to use if you were doing real pull-ups. Okay? What's that?
Probably show pull-up.
Yeah. And then if she wants to do a pull-up, okay, she goes straight, she can kip, she can butterfly, whatever she wants to do. But that would be a pull-up there. Okay? Put your hands together. Okay. So you can do a pull-up. Now, if you have some other things, maybe you do have a barbell, but you don't have a rack, you could simply do like a barbell row. You can take a plate and do a plate row, because we're working on the pulling muscles, okay? So this is a 10-pound plate, and she's be working on the pull. Yes, we know it's not a pull-up, pulling from a hanging position, but it's still a pulling movement where you're taking an external load and pulling it towards the body with gravity working against you. So you have different options. Today, we're gonna go inverted row. So 3 minutes of max pull-ups or pulling movement, but at the top of each minute, you're gonna do 10 goblet or loaded squats. So my wife's gonna use a plate, okay? And that's gonna allow her to sink a little bit lower in her squat, but also give her legs a little bit of trouble, because when we're doing Murph, guess what, we're gonna feel the same way. Now remember, this workout, it's really tough, like I said, to build a bunch of fitness into this to make Murph easier. So what I want you to do is I want you to take some care in how you move. I want your squats to look picturesque, perfect, right? So I'll be a little nitpicky when my wife is moving, and if she gets her foot turned out or she gets a little high, I'm gonna remind her to squat deeper or to bring her feet in more underneath her shoulders rather than getting too wide, okay? Little things like that. And so you gotta kind of hear me saying those things to her, and then double check if you're doing the same things over on your end, okay? So she'll do 10 squats. With remaining time, she'll come over, do as many inverted rows as she can. At the top of the next minute, I'll remind her, she'll stop, and then she'll do more squats, and she'll do that for 3 minutes. At the end of 3 minutes, she'll rest for 1 minute, and then she'll do the same dance that she did for 3 minutes for only 2 minutes. And then she'll rest for 1 minute, and then we'll do a 1 minute last set. So she'll do 3 minutes, 2 minutes, and 1 minute of just squats and pulling. And we'll start in just a second. I'm gonna have her do this first round. She'll be facing you this way, or facing the camera this way. The next couple rounds, I'll have her start turning a little bit so you can kind of see the mechanics of her squat.
Just hit each corner.
Yeah, there you go. All right, we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, and go. So she's doing 10 nice and deep squats. She's making sure she's controlling her knees, that they're going out as she squats down, okay? She's about 12 seconds in. And sometimes we're pushing so far out that we don't think about pushing down with our legs driving through the ground. So here she goes. She's now doing as many of these inverted rows as she can in a minute, really working on that pulling mechanic. She's got 35 seconds in, about 20 more seconds to go. The nice thing about this is she doesn't have to worry about ripping her hands, which happens sometimes in Murph because people are doing so many more pull-ups than they're used to. 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, now I gotta get on her. I gotta make sure she does as fast as she can. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and squats. As she's going back to squats. Good. Just getting in 10 here. On her nice even footed, pushing through the balls of her feet, but at the same time leaving her heels firmly rooted on the floor.
I think it's at 22.
Yeah, she said I think she's at 22. She wants to try to beat that, but at the same time, we know that she's getting more and more fatigued. And remember, the idea is just to get the stimulus of the workout. The actual number doesn't matter that much as long as you know you're working really hard, which she's clearly doing. 15 more seconds. 8 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Squats. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. Good. Little things you guys make sure you're doing is make sure you're actually emphasizing that standing tall as you saw her doing. The one thing we can't tell if she's doing is she's flexing her quads and squeezing her butt at the top, right? So make sure if you're doing it, you're doing that every time. She's got 20 seconds, you've got 20 seconds until you get a 1 minute break. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Come on guys, remember prepping for Murph, one of the toughest workouts out there. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Full minute break.
That's a lot less than I expected.
If you want a pulling workout or a squat workout.
Pulling.
Right, so she said it felt more like a pulling workout, and that is really the goal here, is to work more of the pullers, right? The squats, 30 squats, it's not out of the kind of the range that we're used to working in. It's all about the pull, okay? So if you're feeling that way, that's good. If you guys got in like say 12 pulls, you probably pick something that's a little too hard, find something a little easier. All right guys, 20 seconds, she's gonna go again. This time she's gonna face a different direction. Maybe she'll face the rig just a bit. And this will allow you guys to see her squat depth.
Judge me.
8 seconds. Feet nice and close. 3, 2, 1, and go. Now I said feet nice and close. For her, that's a good cue, because she has a tendency to maybe wander her feet out just a little bit wider. You guys may not do that. Good. Now remember, she's only going for 2 minutes this time. 2 minutes this time. When you're only going for 2 minutes, you can push a little harder because you know your rest is going to come that much sooner. But again, the goal here, this isn't to build a ton of fitness, it's to prep you for Murph. Okay? She's got 15 seconds.
My feet are slipping out.
Feet are sliding. She has the unfortunate disadvantage of dirt under her feet. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Here we go. She got one more set of squats before she gets a 1 minute rest. Here she goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. 35 seconds. $25 seconds to go. You guys are doing this at home with us. You guys gotta move. You gotta keep going. 20 seconds. 15 seconds. You get a 1 minute break. Every rep counts. At Murph, it gets really tough. You start getting to that failure point. So we're trying to reach that failure point even now. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest. 1 minute break. Yeah, so we're trying to reach that failure point in the pull because we're going to experience some of that when we do Murph, especially if we're going to go for a best time. You kind of run up against that threshold multiple times in a workout like Murph, whether it be towards the tail end of the run and coming in and trying to do some pull-ups right away because you overran. Sometimes it can be really tough. So these pulling kind of like endurance pieces are really important. And it's a way to get kind of a little adaptation before Murph, which is going to come in about 10 days for a lot of us, okay? Even though it's not going to build, again, like I said, a ton of like aerobic base. That's not what we're doing. We're not going from having no engine to having this crazy engine in just 2 weeks, okay? 15 seconds.
One set of squats too?
Yep, she's just gonna do 1 set of squats, and then she's gonna finish up with as many pulls as she can. She's done. Want to see nice deep squats, and we see really good full pulls here. And go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. She's done with those. And now it's just the old pull. So she's starting each round now more fatigued. You're starting each round more fatigued. Good. It feels like that back half of those 100 pull-ups that you have to do in Murph. 20 seconds, guys. Go. 8 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Time. Good. So that was 8 minutes to prep for Murph. You guys, I don't mind. So if you guys saw what she was doing there towards the end, she's kipping just a bit. She's throwing her hips into it. When we're doing Murph and when you're watching Murph done, say like the CrossFit Games, you see guys kipping and swinging using their hips, right? It doesn't mean the pullers aren't being used. On something like an inverted row, all it means is the normal pullers, they're kind of going. And so she needs a little help to get those things started. If I made her go strict, like and just totally plank out the entire time, what will happen is she just won't get as many reps done and won't get quite the full stimulus and won't be like Murph in that way. So you guys, make sure that whatever you do, what you got?
100.
She got 100 reps. Look at that. Okay, so 100 reps is how many pull-ups there'll be in Murph. So if she wants to know, or if she wants to do inverted rows for Murph, she knows she has the capacity to do 100 reps. So you guys.
And 60 squats, right?
Yep, 60 squats. So, and this time the squats had a 10-pound weight, so there was a little bit of a extra weight to them. So it's kind of like the same as doing a few extra rather than just doing 60. You guys, good work, and hopefully you stay tuned and do this prep workout, but also number 3 and 4 next week to get ready.